When it comes to hip-hop and just music as a whole, putting out your projects for public consumption just isn't enough. Nowadays, it seems like the art of executing a rollout plan seems to be lost, as most artists currently drop a link to their album or project and expect their fans to do the rest of the work. Now, one particular artist who's changing what it means to be an artist in the current climate is Tyson Sybateli. His rollouts of One, and no other artist comes close to what he's been doing. Now, born in Umlazi in KwaZulu-Natal, he was raised in Pretoria where he developed his musical aspirations. The cultural differences of Umlazi and Pretoria paved the way for him to find his artistry. Now, speaking on his background, Tyson explains, "I feel like my tale was as old as time. A kid whose parents got jobs in the city, and so we left the hood for what some may consider to be greener pastures." Now, he moved to Pretoria with his parents and two sisters, and what's interesting is that his parents were always in the know with the latest music trends, so he grew up being surrounded by arts. He also states that one thing about my dad is that he loved jamming in his car, Sybateli said. His father would play music for hours while they waited for his mother to finish work. Now, Tyson recalls a time where he bumped into an old childhood friend who only remembered him by his favorite songs. He states that the light bulb went on. It was like a twisted divine intervention. I instantly knew what I was put on earth to do.
Truthfully, I've always known I'm going to be something big. Like, not on some, I've always known I'm going to blow up on this. It's just like, I've always known that if I do A, B, and C, it will have to, eventually I'm going to get to Z. So I've always known that, eventually the mainstream shit is waiting for me. And not to say might not be with the music. It has to be with the music because that's the one thing I love. But like, I also want to entertain other avenues. I want to entertain them early. So I'm like, regardless, mainstream is for me because I'm smart as hell.
Now, he first established himself within the game with his self-titled project Saber back in 2019. Once he made a name for himself in the industry, he dropped his official mixtape Dulce, which dropped back in April of 2021, where he really showcased his lyrical ability and treated us to some standout features from Tato Soul, P-War, Miles, Francis J, and a few other artists. Now, moving as SA's next breakout hip-hop act by getting playlisting placements on DSPs and occupying the charts, he was able to get a huge feature from another wordsmith, Words the Prince, where they dropped a crazy lyrical record with Laundry Day. So fast forward to the 24th of December of 2021, Tyson dropped a surprise project with Eve in honor of his late friend. Now, with all these releases, it allowed him to path out a clear trajectory of his career when you listen to his earlier discography. He states that, "I felt like all my previous releases were to find a way to be heard and find a way to keep attention. I wanted all the hype. I literally had no experience or knowledge of how to release music, but I knew it was destined for more than just uploading and hoping for the best. I knew pretty early on that everything I did mattered, even though I didn't matter in the industry at that point." Now, everything seemed to work for Tyson, as it was more like a formula as he established a strong supportive system in Pretoria with his rap counterpart who was on the come up as well, Tato Soul. Now, instead of dropping music on Fridays like every other artist, they started dropping on Thursdays. Now, this set the groundwork for his rollout plans and how to promote himself as an artist, especially with his recent album drop, Home.
The tape, at first, the album was first called Braxton. It was just, I like to make sure my albums have one name, just one catchy name. You just hear it, you're like, ooh. Yeah. It makes you want to go, okay, I'll hit play on. What is Braxton? So I had started making that, but when I was making the records, I kept referencing a home, warmed, and like the city feel and like friendliness, the environment, community, the people you're with. And the way I compile my album, I involve community, I involve my people. So it felt like a home, it felt like community. So when I was halfway on the project, I was like, the name is now Home. And it worked. But what was crazy is at first, most of the songs were called Home This, Home That. There's even a song called The Home Affairs. We had to rename it. The Mash Beats produced song, we had to rename it to Riddle Me because I was overdoing the home thing. But it was very intentional to reference the community.
But like when we started this whole ish, it was first called like Braxton, like my album, right? I was calling it Braxton because I was like, that's the first name. And it's a name where it sounds like crazy. You don't even know what Braxton even means. I was maybe Tony Braxton, you know? 'Cause it stands out. It sounds professional. And because like my albums have to be like one word every time.
The nerdy guy on Jamie Foxx show was Braxton.
That is?
Yeah.
But that's a crazy name though. You see, it stands out. One word. I'm only gonna do one word album. So like it was called Braxton. And I was like,
bunch of rap songs all together. And I'm like, nah. Because I think with my previous effort, dudes thought I was a lot more trappy dude, or my sound was all over the place. It was more playful. It was more this. I was like, okay, I'm going to sit down on the raps, but I'm going to make them like warm raps. So like Braxton. I was dead set. Started working on the thing out of my melody with Doe Shit, myself and Miles, and beats from Beethoven and my guy Il Rose. Those are specifically the beats that started like the whole album. Yeah, when we started that in Moms, I was like, nah, I'm gonna record 40 songs and then I'm gonna cut it down to like 20, and then from that 20 I'm gonna pick 10. That's what I'm gonna work on.
Damn.
Did a gang load of songs. Yeah, like 4 days. Did a gang load of songs. Then
40 in 4 days.
That's 10 a day. I did 15 in 4 days.
Oh.
And then like the next week, I did like 10 or like 7 more.
Yeah.
And like the following week, like 5 or 6 was added. And then I already had some other demos. I just remember in my folder, there was 40. I was like, nah, picking from these. I'm going to build on it, whatnot. Bro, I kid you not. When it was time to get back to the album, I was like, I don't like this name Braxton, and I don't like some of these songs, so I'm not going to finish them. So the ones that I did get the project files off, I was like, okay, these 8, let me build from there, let me record new ones. And then from there, it was just on some, who would sound good on this? I got everybody I wanted for the album, but like the process wasn't on some difficult, we fought to get these stems. It was very chilled. When I was off, I went to Physique, who is actually killing it right now. Everybody's album, you go in Physique from Tato Tape, from the previous Tato Tape to the Words project, to my Eve project, to my project this year, Home, to Life is Gangster, to even the MASH project. It's just Physique, mix and mastering. And also in the process, he's also doing like executive producing, as in you come with that song and you go, yo, mix that's track 6. He goes, yo, bro, you sure that's track 6? And that's it. He's a nice way of telling you, yo, bro, this ain't it. And then you'll be like, no, that's it. He'll mix the songs halfway and be like, listen to it again. And you'll go, nah, it's not it. He's just like, I told you. Take it out the album. That's what he be doing. My album went from like 15 songs on the final. Like we had given the distro deal that I had, would give them 15 songs. We're like, yeah, this is the album, whatnot. They're like, we love it, we love this, we love that, what that. We're like, okay, final mixes. We're not doing final mixes. Physique was like, 1, 2, 3, gone.
Now, on the 2nd of Feb 2022, Tyson began his rollout of his highly anticipated sophomore album, Home, by launching his own website, allowing for fans to get updates on his whereabouts during his missing campaign. Almost a month later, the rapper was finally spotted on a campaign with an international whiskey brand, Tullamore Dew, and Hype Magazine, which was his first brand collaboration and the start of his disappearance from social media, which went alongside his drop for If Found Bring Home, which features Jay Jody. Now, the visuals for the track premiered on MTV Base and was the only hip-hop music video on the channel's top 5 weekly charts. Now, Tyson emphasizes getting his music out to the public as much as possible, whether it's doing interviews on radio or podcasts, or pushing for his singles to get heard on radio, or even pushing for his visuals to be shown on music channels. It's clear that dropping music isn't enough for him. The work before and after you drop your music is just as crucial.
The thing that people don't understand, it's like I make do with the resources I had. Like overall, shop, I'm gonna big myself up. I'm gonna tell you right now, I am very creative. People are making candles. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with candles because it's dark right now, but how can we make an LED light while everyone's making candles with the little that we have or the exact same resources? So I'm like, okay, cool. How many people I know land on my page? Okay, my past cover arts. That's me on the graphics on my past cover arts, and my friend Oshogu, amazing guy. He handles most of that stuff, but that's also me. That's how I feel like I've had power in the way I do shit. With the creative aspect, when it comes to like my arts, it's always me and it's my friend Oshogu. Now, Oshogu, he's more fully into designer mode. Me, I make sure I wear enough hats to exist in every single department of my image. As in, I can put on the designer hat. I'm a 5 out of 10 in the designing. I'm a 5 out of 10 in the marketing. I'm a 5 out of 10 in the producing. I'm a 5 out of 10 in how we do the social. Because I don't understand your TikTok, your IGs, your Twitter, but I understand enough. So I say this to say, I wear enough of the hats to understand what direction I can go in each of these fields. So when it came to the arts, I'm like, no, okay, cool. Everyone's doing this. But who's ever changed all their cover arts and whatnot? I see everyone doing the whole, we're going with the light green color. We're going with the yellow color. Everyone make your DPs yellow. I'm like, yeah, we've done that before. Everyone can do that. Everyone can think of that. That's lame. What can I do? when you land on I started it early too. I told nobody. When I did my name change from Tyson ST to Sybateli, I was just like, okay, cool. I need to change it to Sybateli, but like I don't want people noticing the releases are disappearing. So let me change all my cover arts black and white and write home. So I wrote my little scribbles, whatnot. I changed my cover arts. I waited for the DSP to change it. And I was changing each of them bit by bit. So fans that had my stuff, they're like, yo, your cover art changed, there's home. I mized them. I mized all of them until everything changed. And then I still just kept quiet. Like I wanted to create the thing where, cool, I have a project. It's called Home. How am I gonna get people, listeners, engagement? I'm a new nigga. I have to, it's on me to think that, no, the customer's smart enough to see what's going on. A lot of people think their consumers are dumb. Consumers are not dumb. Whatever level you measure them at, I feel like they can take you for who you are and they can see what you're trying to do. And if you don't execute that well, they can judge you on that. That's why a lot of people's projects ain't landing. A lot of people's sound ain't connecting fully because they know that, yo, you half into this. You're not as much. You're just playing to the industry rule. You're not as engaged. Your little paragraphs y'all write when you post your link, you don't really mean that stuff. So I have to go as far as thinking, yo, these guys are smart. Let me give them something smart. I started a campaign where I was missing. I cleared out my whole socials, which is not smart for an artist who is fairly new and up and coming. You have to have a backtrack. You have to have a back record. But I was really banking on this
persona, because now we're selling personas and lifestyle.
Exactly.
You had nothing.
Who is this? And when I did the whole thing, now all my cover arts are changed. They all written in Found Bring Home because that's my first single coming. The campaign currently is called The Found Bring Home because we're building up to the song. I didn't tell them the date it's coming. I just had prepped my fans with a previous mixtape that on the 2nd and on the 22nd, Day of Many Twos, I'm coming back. I didn't even do nothing on those days but put up a little snippet on my IG and let them listen to it. Blank canvas, rain, missing poster, blank face. They just listening to me rap one verse. There's no hook, there's no drums. I just knew that that's who I'm giving this to. This is what I'm especially good at, and I know they're gonna like that. Everyone else might not like it. That's it. That's the risk I took when I announced this whole thing. And I was like, okay, those who see what I'm starting right now, they're gonna stay. But everyone else, they're gonna dip. But I bet you they'll be back because all their girls and all their friends are gonna be back. They're gonna be talking about
Shout out to the girl.
Now with Home, Tyson speaks on his journey of discovering himself, realizing the different places that feel like home, and the people who make those different places feel that way. And like his previous projects, Tyson took it a step further by creating a connection and experience with how he views the world and how he envisions himself. Now with that said, he found different ways to convey that to his audience, allowing them to also engage with what he was doing.
As I was saying, wearing all these many ads and whatnot, I was smart enough to go, cool, I'm gonna clear this page, I'm gonna do this. The risks, you have to just take the risks. So I was able to create engagement with that whole, okay, cool, I'm gonna go missing. That's why I'm blank-faced. The project is called Home. Everyone was thinking the album was called If Found Bring Home. I think another aspect that actually helped solidify this thing from the very beginning was the press. Like the media press, like all these blogs, whatnot, they had all the information beforehand. They already knew an album was coming, whatnot. So when people wanted to find out what's going on, yeah?
Are you sending?
Yes.
How are you interacting with blogs? This is for the next rapper.
3 to 4 weeks prior. 3 to 4 weeks, and then you remind them 2 weeks prior, and then another week. You need to.
Where are you finding the emails?
That's the thing. So it's very simple. It's very simple. These people want to be placed on these blogs, but they don't even read. If you want to be on Slicker, read who writes the stuff on Slicker. Read who's actually doing all of this. Click the name. It's a Google away. And if it is so easy to find everybody, that's what I'm saying. So I knew there were 3 different writers at Slicker, and I actually cared for their write-ups. They always wrote about my friends, always wrote about this. I grew up in a time where the rappers we have now, your Wiz Khalifas, your Kendricks, your whatnots, everyone that blew up around the 2012 period to 2015, the blog era was mad active in the Western world and in the American world. A lot of platforms were formed around that time that were in the media space that weren't, we can't do radio, we can't do TV, we have these blogs. That's where a lot of our artists blew up. Because all of us,
the whole 9 years.
We all enjoyed those write-ups. I enjoyed all those blogs. I'm a fan of Complex, Fader, Pigeons Implants, all of that. I enjoyed that as a kid. That's my interest. So I've always enjoyed the local ones that do write-ups, the people that take their time.
Shout out Hype Magazine.
You get me? I cared that much what you have to say, how it made you feel, the expression.
So when it comes to PostRoll Out, why don't you want to write up, bro? Why don't you want to write that nice email to these? Give them the work early.
Yeah.
Give it to them 2 weeks early. Pitch. Give them nice photos, bro. And when they do those write-ups and post it, read it.
Yeah.
See how someone else has received your art. I read everything. Even the little homies who has like 20 views on his account, he did a review on me. I read it, I repost, I retweet it, I contact him. I'm like, yo, that was dope. I like this. I like that you said that. I like that you listened to my other interviews. I care about that post side of everything.
Yeah.
And whatever we couldn't nail in the pre-rollout, we took it and we're like, okay, now we need to incorporate it in the post. People's post is only just a deluxe. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't think of that.
They don't even like put it on their socials, like just a reminder, my album is out.
Yeah.
Like constantly,
even-
constantly telling people, yo, here's my album, here's my link,
Yeah.
here's my. I think every day I've been tweeting my link ever since.
Exactly. I noticed. That's why I say that. You know?
And a random fan comments on my ish right now before I started this interview. We're like, wow, this album hit me. How did he see it? From the story. From the story. That's everything. From the story, from the tweet. Bro, I made a Facebook, right? I made a Facebook the week the album dropped. Because like I had made a Facebook earlier this year, but then I was kind of banned. My IG got hacked a while back. So like so it's linked to my Facebook, so I can't do promoted posts, whatnot. I can't at all. I've contacted Facebook like, yo, bro, help. I'm trying to put money to promote my post, whatnot.
It's not allowing.
I couldn't. Otherwise, that was another aspect of my role. I was gonna promote my post, I had budget set aside for all of this. I was like, okay, wow, setbacks on setbacks, cool. So I made a new page on the week of the album, and like I already got more followers than most of these dudes on my Facebook, like steady understanding followers, and they engage with me because I'm always posting like, yo, this write up, yo, this. I already posted my Slicker thing maybe like 10, 15 times. Like cause I care about that.
Cares.
And the people who watch that stuff and care about that too, like they're not fans of me, they fans of Slicker. They're gonna come through. They're not fans of me, they fans of the sobering. They're gonna go, wait, this guy was here, he's real hip hop. Let me peep him out. This dude must be real talent. This shit's professional. Now let me go peep him out. And there we go. I got new listeners, like listeners that care. Like radio, dudes ain't even pitching. They just like, nah, radio will pick it up when they pick it up. Bro, I'm pitching. They ain't biting the bait.
But you pitching.
They ain't biting the bait.
We're gonna make them bite the bait. Y'all gonna bite the bait, yo.
The Amara and Marcus song was intended for radio. I wasn't even swearing, man. I was like, it's so you can rip it off of the, cause like
As is.
I send the wave, they go, yeah, but we take MP3s. Some radio stations say that. I'm like, okay, cool.
There's a 320 kilobit.
Yeah, you can rip it yourself, or you can play it off your DSP straight. It's easy. I've seen it. I've been radio station interviews. It's quick for you guys. Some of y'all just don't care, but like I'm pitching. I don't care. I'm in your email. Everybody. Even now, I'm in the emails. I pitched to Trace. Trace didn't want to play the Fun Bring Home video. I was like, damn. I pitched again. I know it's gonna play now. It has to. I really care for that. Like, get videos out for the songs. Pitch for it. Radio really matters. If Fun Bring Home is still my biggest song, like, okay, the album's been out for a while now, but still the song getting streamed the most weekly is If Fun Bring Home.
Yeah.
Next to home and away games because of TV.
The video,
TV.
Yeah.
TV helps, man.
Yeah.
Bro,
Mainstream and new media.
You have to play
You have to
both.
play both.
You cannot ignore the foundation.
Yeah.
This made a way for that.
Yeah.
But you can't ignore it.
Yeah.
It's not more. Nothing is more important than the next thing. Everything works in tandem, bro.
Talk to him.
Tap in. Make them calls. Cause all of this matters, and all of this is fun, bro. Come on. I don't like that whole mysterious. I don't do interviews. I don't show my face. I don't ask questions. I don't talk on my socials. Bro, I talk.
Yeah.
I talk.
Trust me, we know.
These fans.
Now, what sets Tyson apart from the rest of the game is how he takes his promotional efforts seriously. Everything he does is intentional and well thought out, and you can only commend him for doing such. Now, since dropping Home, Tyson has since gone on to signing with Sony Music Entertainment Africa. In unison with him dropping his new single, It Worked, and with him dropping this track, it basically detailed how much work he's been putting in over the years, how hard he's been grinding, and how he's been trying to figure everything out. Now, Tyson is an artist who lives his raps, so him getting the Sony deal all because everything worked is really satisfying to witness. Now, with Tyson, the grind never ends, as he recently dropped a mixtape titled Present, which was hosted by the guys at the Sobering Podcast, and I must say that it's fire. I mean, the tape literally has 0 skips, and it's literally music that was made to be bumped in your car, as Tyson explained. Now, once again, Tyson makes the effort to put in the work outside of the music, with him dropping visuals for the tape, having listening sessions, giving away 22 CDs of the mixtape for free, as well as engaging with fans on socials. So for an artist to be so talented with his artistry, having him work so hard outside of the music is such a rare sight. Now in a climate where artists don't put in any effort into their rollouts, let alone even having one, a lot of them could learn from Tyson. He's redefining what it means to be an artist at the moment. And when you think of talents working so hard whilst meeting preparation, I would hope that you would think of Tyson Sybateli.